Miss Virginia, can you hear me? Okay. We'll start here in a couple minutes.
관장님, 저희 또 해도 돼요?
예, 해도 돼요.
아, 그 인펄스만 리밋이 있는 거고 주문 없는 거예요?
여기 없어요. So.
아, 예, 알겠습니다. 그럼 해도 되죠?
네, 해도 돼요.
알겠습니다.
네.
감사합니다.
네. All right, so Mr. Gels, I have you in the back line there, kind of offset. Mr. Biles, have you right here, please. Let's have you gentlemen, actually I'll have you here and then you here, sir. Okay, Sabina right over here, please. And then Noah, Isaiah over here, and then your friend right there. Isaiah over here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, face flags. Chidit, Kyungnam. All right, face me, please. Chidit and Kyungnam. All right, so from here, what we're going to do is everyone here is pretty much warmed up. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So today, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through every Poomsae. I'm going to give you the name of the block, right? And the stance and the strike that's occurring or block, whatever it is. All right. So we'll start with Kibon Irchang. All right. So very 준비. All right. Hana, walking stance, low block. 둘, walking stance, middle punch. Set, walking stance, low block. Net, walking stance, middle punch. Set, walking stance, low block. Set, walking stance, middle punch. Here go, walking stance, middle punch. Kia, walking stance, middle punch. Yadai, walking stance, low block. Ahop, walking stance, middle punch. Yay, walking stance, low block. Dul, walking stance, middle punch. Set, walking stance, low block. Net, walking stance, middle punch. Set, walking stance, middle punch. Kia, walking stance, middle punch. Photo. If you don't know, keep an air chang like that, then you need to go back to white belt. All right, everyone should know that one. That one's the easiest one. All right, take a air chang now. Let's do take a air chang. Ready? Hana, walking stance, low block. Dul, walking stance, punch. Middle punch. Set, walking stance, low block. Net, walking stance, middle punch. Set, front stance, low block, punch. All right, set, walking stance, inner block. Yadai, walking stance, punch. Ahop, walking stance, inner block. Yay, walking stance, middle punch. Hana, front stance, low block, punch. Dul, walking stance, high block. Set, front kick, middle punch, walking stance. Set, walking stance, high block. Set, front kick, punch, walking stance, middle punch. Here we go. Front stance, low block. Kia, front stance, punch. Back foot should be on the line you started on. Back foot comes to front foot. Back to your chumbi position. Step forward back to your starting spot. Okay. All right, let's move on. Take a ijang now. Ijang. Ready? Hana! Walking stance, low block. 둘! Front stance, middle punch. 셋! Walking stance, low block. 넷! Front stance, middle punch. 다섯! Walking stance, inner block. 여섯! Walking stance, inner block. 일곱! Walking stance, low block. 여덟! Front kick, high punch, front stance. 일곱! Walking stance, low block. 여덟! Front kick, high punch, front stance. 여덟! Walking stance, high block. 아홉! Walking stance, high block. 열! Walking stance, inner block. 하나! Walking stance, inner block. 둘! Walking stance, low block. 셋! Front kick punch, walking stance. 일곱! Front kick punch, walking stance. Kia! Front kick punch. If you did this correctly, front foot should be where you started. Back foot comes back to 준비. 바로. All right. Any questions so far? Yes, Ms. Sabina. Down block, low block is fine. All right. Obviously, we would like for you to use the newer terminology, but that's fine. If you say down block instead of low block, you say rising block instead of high block, you say outside in block instead of inner block, that's fine. All right. So, all right. Keep in mind, too, those of you who are black belts testing for second degree or higher, you need to know your stances in Korean. Your stances in Korean. Right? So this is not 준비 stance, right? This is called 나랑이 소기, 나랑이 소기, parallel stance. Okay? All right. So from here, ready? Let's move on. 태국 3장 now. 3장. Ready? By my count. 하나! Walking stance, low block. 둘! Front kick, double punch, front stance. 셋! 앞서기. All right, low block. 넷! Front kick, double punch, 앞차기, double punch. 앞구비, landing in a front stance. 다섯! Walking stance, knife hand strike, reverse knife hand strike. Reverse knife hand strike because palm is up, right? Normally when we do knife hand, palm is down, right? Reverse side kick, knife hand strike punch. So when the palm is up, it's reverse hand, okay? So reverse knife hand strike. 여섯! Reverse knife hand strike, walking stance. 일곱! Back stance, knife hand block. 여덟! Front stance, punch, middle punch. 셋! Back stance, knife hand block. 넷! Front stance, middle punch. 다섯! Walking stance, inner block. 여섯! Walking stance, inner block. 일곱! 여덟! 앞서기. 아래 맞기, down block. 셋! Kick, double punch. 앞차기, 2 punches. Front stance. 셋! Walking stance, low block. 일곱! Front kick, double punch. Front stance. 여덟! Walking stance, low block punch. 아홉! Walking stance, low block punch. 열! 앞차기, 아래 맞기, 쭈르기. Low block, front kick punch. 하나! Front kick, low block punch, walking stance, and key up. If you did this correctly and your stances are good, front foot should be where you started. Back foot comes back to 준비. Photo. All right, good. Sure, relax. Let that sink in. If you need to take notes, all right, scratch pieces of paper and stuff. Yes. 나랑이 속이. 나랑이 속이. So. Where are the pieces of paper? On the display cabinet over by the pencils. Okay. So your attention position is 모아서기. 모아서기. Close stance, 모아서기. Right? Your 준비 position is your 나랑이 서기, your parallel stance, 나랑이 서기. Your horse riding stance is 주춤서기. 주춤서기. Your walking stance is 앞서기. 앞서기. Walking stance. Your front stance is 앞구비. 앞구비. Your back stance is 뒷구비. 뒷구비. Your cross stance. Your cross stance. Right? In Ojang, it's called a back cross stance. Back cross stance or 뒤고아서기. 뒤고아서기. Right? The front cross stance is found in Koryo. Front cross stance. 앞 고아서기. It's also found in 태극 8장. Transferring from front stance over to diamond stance. Front cross stance. 앞 고아서기. Question? No. That would be basically the question was if I'm describing a Poomsae, do I have to do everything in Korean? And the answer is no. You just need to know the terminology. So I might say, okay, what is 앞 고아서기? All right. What is 오른서기? All right. And then 왼서기? Right and left stance. Yep. So. Yes. Yeah, so you'll just need to know. So I'll say it, and then you just need to know what it is. So if I say it, 앞구비 should be front stance. Yeah. No. When you're testing for third, yeah, you have to. Third degree, it'd be the other way. So I'll make you use the Korean, and I'll say, okay, tell me what front stance is in Korean. So, okay. All right, let's move on. All right, 태극 4장. All right, so from here, ready, 준비. 하나, back stance, double knife hand guarding block. 둘, front stance, spear hand strike. 셋, back stance, double knife hand guarding block. 넷, front stance, spear hand strike. 여섯, front stance, knife hand block and strike. 여섯, front kick, punch, middle punch, front stance. 일곱, side kick. 여덟, side kick, back stance, double knife hand guarding block. Hop, back stance, forearm block. 열, front kick, bring it back to back stance, inner block. 하나, back stance, forearm block. 둘, front kick, bring it back to back stance, inner block. 셋, front stance, knife hand block and strike. 여섯, front kick, back fist, front stance. 일곱, walking stance, inner block punch. 여덟, walking stance, inner block punch. Hop, front stance, inner block double punch. And kill, front stance, inner block double punch. If you did this right, front foot should be where you started. Back foot comes right back to 준비. 뭐로? All right. Any questions on 4장? Yes, Ms. Sabina. All right. This knife hand block and strike movement, right? High knife hand block, right? Just like your your high block. All right. And then the right hand is a knife hand strike, right? Just like you did in 태극 3장. Same thing. All right, let's move on. 태극 5장 now. 5장. From here. 준비. All right, ready. 하나. Front stance, low block. 둘. Left stance, downward hammer fist. 셋. Front stance, low block. 넷. Right stance, downward hammer fist. 여덟. Front stance, inner block, inner block. hop, front kick, back fist, inner block, front stance. Yadal, front kick, back fist, inner block, front stance. Yal, front stance, back fist. Hop, back stance, knife hand block. Yal, front stance, turning elbow strike to the chin. Hana, back stance, knife hand block. Yal, front stance, turning elbow strike to the chin. Your goop, low block, inner block, front stance. Yadal, front kick, low block, inner block, front stance. Hop, high block, front stance. Yay! Side kick, hammer fist, elbow smash, front stance. Yadal, front stance, high block. Hop, side kick, hammer fist, front stance, elbow smash. Hop, low block, inner block, front stance. Kia, front kick, stomp, back cross stance, back fist strike. All right. If you did this correctly, you should be right back where you started. All you do is push up onto your toes like a ballerina, right? Turn your heels and place down. You should come right back to a Jumbi position if you did it right. And the feet should be straight. Okay? So this is a back cross stance at the end. Back cross stance, back fist strike. So I know that in the terminology sheet, this is an X stance. I call it an X stance. Right? When you're doing it in Poomsae, you need to describe what kind of an X stance it is, whether it's front or back. Back cross stance or back X stance is when the back leg comes to the front leg. Okay? Front cross stance is where the front the leg comes in front of the other leg. Okay. All right, any questions? Good. All right, Yukjang. All right, ready? By my count. Hana! Front stance, low block. Good. Front kick, back stance, forearm block. Set. Front stance, low block. Net. Front kick, bring it back. Forearm block, back stance. Yadal. Front stance, circular knife hand block, high circular knife hand block. Set. Roundhouse kick, forward stance, high forearm block, punch. That's all one count, just so you know. Yadal. Front kick, punch, front stance. Your goop. High forearm block, middle punch, front stance. Yadal. Front kick, punch, front stance. Your goop. Parallel stance. Low double knife or low dual front, dual down blocks or dual low blocks. Is it? Front stance, circular knife hand block, high circular knife hand block, face level. Kia, roundhouse kick, yep, put it down, front stance, low block. I hope. Front kick, bring it back to back stance, forearm block. I hope. Front stance, low block. Yay! Front kick, bring it back to back stance, forearm block. Your goop. Back stance, double knife hand guarding block. Yay! Back stance, double knife hand guarding block. I hope. Front stance, side palm block, punch. Yay! Front stance, side palm block, punch. All right, middle punch. Make sure that if you did this right, back foot is where you started. Front foot steps back to your Jumbi position. Hold on. All right. Okay, any questions? Yes, Ms. Sabina. It's a forearm block. No, this is a back fist. Okay. All right, take a quick break. Let it digest. Let it sink in. If you need to write something down, write it down. Yes, sir.
Let's move back. You've come there.
Yes.
And how do we chamber for that?
For the side palm?
For the side
Side palm. So you're in the double knife and guarding block position, right? Think of it as like your inner block, your outside in block motion. 1, 1, 2. Yep. And then 1, 2.
You don't have to go like.
No. Yep. And you want it back. So volume of movement. So as you're stepping back, right? So from here, as I step back, you see where I'm coming from? 1, 2. Palm away. Yep. That way you get rotation. All right. So this is the spank your child movement, parents. All right. Spank your child movement. All right. You have permission. You have my permission to try it on your children when they misbehave. So once again, we're just concentrating on the names of the stances, the names of the blocks and the strikes, and the names of the kicks in the Poomsae. Okay? We can do another class where we kind of talk a little bit more about the detail, hand positions, and how do you get from one to the other. We can do that next time. There's a lot to it. All right? So, all right, especially black belts, right? Black belts, first degrees, working your way up. You need to be very detailed. You need to know all of the stuff in detail. Okay. Those of you who are also training to be instructors, same thing. All right, this stuff is very important. All right, from here, let's move on. Taegu Chirchang, 준비. Okay, so first movement. Hana, tiger stance, side palm block. 둘, front kick, back to tiger stance, inner block. 셋, tiger stance, side palm block. 넷, front kick, bring it back, inner block, back to tiger stance. 여덟, back stance, low double knife hand guarding block. 여섯, back stance, low double knife hand guarding block. 일곱, tiger stance, side palm block, back fist. 여덟, tiger stance, side palm block, back fist. 아홉, close stance A. Should take you 5 seconds to get to this point here. Yay! Front stance, scissor blocks, left and right. Left, whenever the hand is high, that's a left scissor block. And then right hand high is a right scissor block. That's it. Step forward, front stance. Right scissor block, left scissor block. Here go. Front stance, spread block or wedging block. Yadai! Grab, knee smash, land in a back cross stance, upset, double upset strike. Yasat! Shift back in the front stance, X block. Yadai! Front stance, spread block. I hope. Knee strike, back cross stance, upset, double upset punch. Set. Front stance, X block. Yadai! Walking stance, back fist strike, side back fist strike. Yay! Crescent kick, elbow smash, horse riding stance. Yadai! Walking stance, side back fist strike. Yay! Crescent kick, elbow smash, horse riding stance. Hanam! In place, knife hand block, horse riding stance. Kia! Horse riding stance, side punch. Right foot should be where you started. Left foot comes back to chumbi. Horo. Okay, show, relax. Any questions? Any questions on Ojan, or excuse me, Chirchang? Oliver, you have a question, sir? Okay. All right, Sada, you can work just a little bit. We're gonna, we got 2 more Poomsaes to get through for the group here. So you can work on whichever ones you want to work on. All right, from here, everyone else, let's move on. Take a Paichang. Paichang, 준비. All right, from here, ready? Hana! Back stance, double forearm guarding block. Good. Front stance, middle punch. Ready, kick. Double front kick, inner block, double punch. Yes, up. Step forward and punch. Front stance, middle punch. Your group. Diamond stance, low block, inner block. Or excuse me, low block, side block. So the high hand is what we call a side block or inner forearm block. Shift in the front stance. Slow uppercut movement, 8 counts. Yes, front cross stance, diamond stance, right? Inner forearm block and low block. Yes, shift into a front stance, slow uppercut movement, 8 counts. Your go. Back stance, double knife hand guarding block. Front stance, middle punch. I hope. Front kick, walking stance, tiger stance, side palm block. That's all 1 count. I hope. Tiger stance, double knife hand guarding block. Front leg front kick, reverse punch or middle punch. Hana! Back to tiger stance, side palm. Hana! Tiger stance, double knife hand guarding block. Front leg front kick, land in a front stance, middle punch. Back to tiger stance, side palm. Set! Back stance, low double forearm block, back stance. Net, front kick, jump front kick, up. Inner block, double punch in a front stance. Turn, back stance, knife hand block. Hope, shift in the front stance, elbow, back fist punch. Back stance, knife hand block. Hana! Shift in the front stance, elbow, back fist punch, middle punch. Right foot should be where you started. Left foot returns to 준비. Photo. All right, show, relax. Any questions? 네, Mrs. Lee.
관장님 다이아몬드 스텝 할 때요.
네.
다리가 손이 올라가는 쪽으로 가야 되죠.
저기 diamond stance 하는 거죠. Okay, so on your when you do your diamond stance, both feet should be in a straight line from side to side. Right? You have your inside out block or your inner forearm block and your low block. You should be looking towards your low block.
Low block. See?
Look this way, right? And then you just stay turning. 1 for the shift.
예, 감사합니다.
Yep. So look towards your down block or your low block, and then you shift for the front stance. So your diamond stance is what we call a angled front stance. My feet should look like this. These are my toes, right? It should look like this, both the same way. Both feet same way. Okay, I don't want like this, 1 foot. Okay, I want both feet diagonal like this. And then when I shift into front stance, then I have to move and go like this. Okay, so you have to move, when you do your diamond stance, you have to move the leg that's doing low block. You have to move it over so that you get into a front stance. You have to move it sideways. All right, so my diamond stance here, then I turn, 1. I move this foot this way. So those of you watching at home, okay, right now I got my leg straight here. I'm going to move my down block leg over, 1, to set up my front stance here, and then I come this way. Don't do this. Don't just pivot. Okay, because remember, front stance, you have to have your feet apart, right? Like chumbi position, right? That's how wide our feet should be for front stance. Diamond stance, it's on the same track. You have to move the one leg to the other track. Remember, 2 railroad tracks, always 2 railroad tracks. What other questions on Paichang? Anything? Front cross stance. Yes. Because of the fact that you're making the stance stepping in front. Correct. Where the back leg comes up and you stop. This one here, the front leg moves and we're transferring into the stance. So, ap koasogi, front cross stance. No, it's just basically once you do your step 1, just to chamber and then do your movement. So cross 1, and then that's where you switch your hand chamber. Because you're here, right? Yeah, so here, right, as you step across, I'm going to mirror you. So if you switch your feet and so put your left hand. No, so switch your feet. So, okay, no, stay right there. I'll mirror you. So from here, what I'm doing here, sir, is I cross, and then you're going to notice from here, I switch my hand so I can get this chamber.
I've been trying to get that better.
Yeah. So the key is when we do the front cross, we're not stopping here, right? So if you notice here, here, I'll put this on the line. Here, you see what I've done? I'm staying on the line. So I'm staying on that same line that back foot is on when I step cross. Here and then straight out for the diamond. And then I shift out for your front.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. This is a low block, inner forearm block. No, mountain block is this in here. That's, yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right, so senior reds, go ahead and you can work a little bit more. We got 1 more to go through for black belts, Koryo. And then we'll give you guys a chance to practice and ask questions if you want for the rest of class. Okay. All right, so Koryo, 준비. For black belts. All right. So this is what they call an open heaven hand jumbi stance. Open heaven hand jumbi stance. Okay. In ITF, there's a similar stance, but it's more up. Okay. And the reason why they call this a heaven hand is because you're looking up into the heavens. All right. So this is a modification of that. All right. So this is an open heaven hand stance here. Jumbi stance. Okay, so ready, hana, back stance, double knife hand guarding block, double side kick, front stance, knife hand strike, middle punch, set, back stance, inner block, net, back stance, double knife hand guarding block, set, double side kick, front stance, knife hand strike, middle punch, set, back stance, inner block. Yadai! Front stance, low knife hand block, arc hand strike. Yasat! Front kick, front stance, low knife hand block, arc hand strike. Keep! Front kick, Front stance, low knife hand block, arc hand strike. This is your key out point here. All right. Front kick, put it down, front stance, trap block. Basically what it is it's a lifting palm block and a palm and an arc hand strike low. All right. Front stance position. Right? Trap block is what you want to call this. We're trapping the leg. Okay, ready? Now we're going to bring that left foot around. Hana! So front stance, right? Twin forearm block here. Front kick, yasat, land in a front stance, trap block. Yasat, walking stance, twin forearm block. Here go. Horse riding stance, knife hand block, middle punch into your palm. 1, 2. Front cross stance, side kick, upset spear finger strike. All right. So you're in a front stance, left hand palm up, right hand palm up by the shoulder. Yasat. Walking stance, low block. Yasat. Walking stance, downward palm block. Here we go. Horse riding stance, pushing elbow strike. Net. Horse riding stance, knife hand block. Horse riding stance, middle punch into your hand. Hop. Front cross stance, side kick. Yay! Front stance, upset spear finger strike. Hana! Walking stance, low block. Walking stance, downward palm block. Set. Horse riding stance, side pushing elbow strike. Net. Close stance. Open hand. Hammer fist strike into the palm. Front stance. Knife hand strike. Knife hand block. Front stance. Reverse knife hand strike. Knife hand block. Front stance. Here go. Reverse knife hand strike. Knife hand block. Front stance. Kia! Front stance. Arc hand strike. If you did this correctly, right foot should be where you started. Left foot returns to Junbi. Horo. Back to your open heaven hand. Junbi stance. All right, show, relax. Questions? Oh. All right, go ahead and work on that. We got about 10 minutes left, so go ahead and work, please. All right. Work, and then if you have any questions, let me know. Let's go. Get up.
관장님,
네.
태극 7장에서 이게 무슨 스탠치라고요?
이거는 모아 속이요. 모아 속이.
모아
Close stance. Close stance A. 모아 속이.
영어로는 뭐예요?
Close stance.
Close stance.
Close stance A.
Close stance.
여기
감사합니다.
예. So yogi, this is close stance A with the hand up high, like this. That's A. Then there's another one down here at the belt, feet together. This is B stance. And then there's another one where you do knife hands, right? Knife hands at the belt. This is C stance. Close stance C. A, B, C. But they're all close stance. Moasogi, close stance. If you say close stance, that's okay. You don't have to give me the letter. What, the letter?
Transitioning from that kick.
You're gonna do your punch, sir. Mhm. Yep. That volume of movement we talked about. So. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people always do this straight into this. Yeah. And you can do that. It's just not as strong as, So upset spear thrust. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Downward palm. And then, yep, pushing elbow strike. Right? This one's easy. Push elbow, right? You got push elbow, you got turning elbow, you got elbow smash. All right, we got about 5-6 more minutes. So if you have questions, please let me know. So earlier there was a question about, oh, if I'm on Zoom, am I only allowed to take one class? Right? And the answer is no. You can take as many classes as you want if you're on Zoom. You're only allowed one class per day since we are now down to only 8 people in class, right? So we want people to get as much in training as they can. So, so if you've signed up for more than one class per day, going forward, we ask that you only sign up for one class, and then you can join Zoom as many times as you want. So just so that everyone gets an opportunity to train. Now, keep in mind, these specialty classes typically aren't too busy. So if you wanted to use this as your second class and do the 6 o'clock earlier, that's fine. If you wanted to, all right? All right, you're free to go then, Mr. Noah, if Mom's here. All right, we got about 5 minutes. Any questions? Okay. Yes, sir.
Double knife hand strike.
Uh-huh.
I'm always like this. But you're saying you got to start it here.
Yeah, this.
It has this move.
Yep, and then this one's just straight. Yeah, so it should look like this.
Hands here, it's hard to get it to do the.
Exactly, because it's either going to be this straight or everyone does circle or straight. Yeah, yeah, yes. Because if you think about, okay, when I'm doing the single knife hand, right, we treat it as a circle here, and typically with this, right, this is just a straight, just a defense mechanism. So it's just we want it to be straight into the chest area. So. Yep. Cradling a baby. Yep. So basically, it should be parallel with the ground. And then we want that wrist to generally be in line with the solar plexus. And what that should do is should square off that back so that the elbow's not pointed out. All right. So it just gives you a better, flush. It's just like a straight, from a visual standpoint, right? It looks like everything's in alignment. So. You got to make a sound with that, right? So when you do your crescent kick, do it like an axe kick. So instead of swinging the leg really big and around, bring it straight and then come across. All right, so here. All right, so here, do an open one. Oh, one.
Do you bring it out?
No, out, straight across. This is a side back fist. All right, the other ones that we do are downward back fist. Okay, so. Geez, your mom's like all fast driving into the parking lot. Okay. Mom's here, so don't keep mom waiting. Okay.
That bag right there is my old sewing stuff.
Uh-huh.
My original one.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you want to get
Okay. All right. I'll find someone. Someone will. Oh yeah, Miss Lizette would probably love that. So okay. All right. So, what other questions? Anyone? No. Okay. All right, Isaiah, you can go change. So, any other questions, Miss? Okay. Nope. Bye, Miss Sabina. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay. And then we have the Saturday class too. Okay. So Saturday 11:30. Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah. Well, once again, so everything's a work in progress. We all, I mean.
But it's difficult to do the blocks correctly if you don't have them chambered correctly.
Yeah. And the easiest thing to do is to just repeat. Just do the single motion. Because I had the same problem when I first, because everything started to change once we started studying competitions, right? Because competitions typically set the standard on what the technique should look like. And so we spent all these going to courses, going to seminars. Okay, we're going to review everything. It's not just, okay, here's the stance, here's the name of the block. It was, okay, make sure that when you do your front cross, there should be a fist width of space in between the feet, right? That level of detail. Make sure that when you do your knife hand block, you have to make sure that you bring that hand around and your punch is to your chest, solar plexus level. The fist should be completely, or the arm should be completely straight, and you should be punching into the palm of your hand, not the fingers. Yeah. Because, this is basically in competition, this is a 0.1 deduction. 0.1. So minor deduction. All right. Punch up here, major deduction, because you're punching in you're doing the wrong technique, basically. You're punching in the wrong area. So. Yes. Too late now. Class is over. No, I'm kidding. Well, what's your question?
Thank you, sir.
To the palm. Okay. You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right. Good job, you guys. 네, 안녕하세요. We'll see you guys. Okay. Keep practicing.
Okay.